What's up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with another episode review of Power Rangers Dino Fury. This is episode 5, and I believe that the episode was titled Stitched Up. If not, I will have it corrected on the screen and in the description bar descriptions as well. But before we go ahead and jump to this review, Ranger Nation, do me a favor. If you're watching this video or any other on my channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, turn on your post notifications, and Ranger Nation, with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss episode 5 of Power Rangers Dino Fury, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode we see a Void Knight whose name is Tariq. I was like, wow. So where did Void Knight come from, right? Interesting, right? So Void Knight has finally woken up his love, Centaura, right? So he's telling Centaur, like he's almost got everything ready for them to leave planet Earth, right? She's like, did you say Earth? We're still on Earth? He says, yeah, we are still on Earth, right? We'll dig into that a little bit later in the review, right? So then after that, we see Izzy. So Izzy, we see her and Fern. So they're walking home, right? So Izzy was like, Fern, you told me you had something that you wanted to talk to me about, right? She says, is it about Kung Fu Fugitive? She says, Steel, Silva, he's really good in that show. I'm like, so Steel is still acting, right? And I love how they mentioned Steel. I was like, oh, it's good to hear about, past Ranger teams, right? So Steel is still acting. So Fern tells her, no, that's not really what I was wanting to talk to you about, right? She says, the prom is coming up, right? So she asks Izzy to the prom. And Izzy says, well, actually, Izzy didn't get to answer the question because her mom was outside and she was working in the garden, right? And so her mom was like, yes, say yes. That way I can design your prom outfits, right? And Izzy was like, I don't know about that because we know what Izzy's style is, right? Especially after episode 4 in the first season, right? When she morphed into the Green Ranger and she had her skirt and she said, give me just a minute. Boop. And she ripped her skirt off, right? So we know Izzy is not the kind of girl who likes to wear dresses, skirts, and stuff like that, right? So we know that that's not her style. And I do know that, I do know when it comes to, women who are lesbian, right? Some of them are not into the whole, you know, hair, makeup, dresses and stuff like that, right? Because I have friends who are, and that's just not their style, right? And when people try to dress them up in that, they just feel completely uncomfortable. They're not themselves, right? To feel like themselves, they like to wear comfortable clothing. Like, it doesn't have to be loose fitted or baggy, right? It could just be some nice jeans, some slacks, right? That's how their personality is. And that's what Izzy's personality is. She's not a girly girl. She's so to speak, a tomboy. So she's just a little nervous about her mom, designing. But she says, you know what, go for it, mom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause right here, you guys, and we're gonna move forward. All right, you guys. So then we move over to Area 62, and over in Area 62, Void Knight is still in his secret room, right? And we see Mucus, Slyther, and Reckoning. They're trying to, hear what he's talking about, right? But the room is soundproof, so unfortunately, they can't hear what he's saying, right? So Mucus, she kicks the jukebox, right? And when she kicked the jukebox, a Sporix flew out of it, and it materialized into a Sporix named Junkalo, right? They're all talking about how terrible he smells, right? So Junkalo is a Sporix that, takes in trash, right? He eats trash. It's like, ew, that's nasty, right? Um, so at one point, he the trash that he ate, he spit it back out as new parts, right? So Void Knight comes out, and Void Knight has a plan. He's like, so you can spit out, you can inhale trash, but you can spit out new parts, right? He says yes. He says, okay, so I got a plan for me and you, right? So what Void Knight is doing is he's gathering data on the Rangers Zords, right? And with that, he's trying to create a Zord jammer. Now, I don't know what the Zord jammer does, I don't know if that's going to be a situation that we'll see in a few in in upcoming episodes, right? Zord Jammer, because when you hear the word jammer, right, you think that maybe it's going to be a situation where if the Rangers try to call on their Zords, they won't be able to come because he'll jam the frequency. You know, no spoilers, so don't tell me if that is what it is. No spoilers, you guys. I don't want a spoiler in at all because I'm watching the episodes as I go. So yeah, don't spoil it for me. So then we see the Rangers. They're at Buzz Blast, right? So we see Amelia. So Amelia is showing the Rangers this finished product of something that she's done for Buzz Blast, right? So then Hobby comes in, and he has the outfit that their mother has made for Izzy. So Izzy unzips the bag, right? When she unzipped the bag, it's a dress. Izzy completely freaked out when she saw the dress, right? Because she's like, I knew she would do this, right? Like for years, she's dressed me up like this and she's dressed me up like that, but that's not my personal style, right? And I was thinking to myself, Izzy, like, I don't know why Izzy didn't think this, but I was like, that dress isn't for you. That dress is for Fern. Like, I put two and two together immediately, right? That dress wasn't for Izzy, it was for Fern. So Izzy took it upon herself and just dumped the dress in the trash, right? I'm like, damn. So then Solon called the Rangers and she told them, hey, there's a sports beast that is at the dump, right? So they go to the dump, and actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here and we're going to move forward. All right, guys, so I actually think I'm going to wrap up this episode. So the Rangers go to the dump, and at the dump, we see Mucus and we see Junkalo, right? So the Rangers morph into action, and um, Mucus, she calls on the sports, right? So the Rangers, they eventually start fighting with Junkalo and the henchmen, right? And at one point, like I said earlier in the review, that Junkalo is eating trash so that way he can spit it back out as new parts for Void Knight, right? So as he's eating the junk from the trash, right? He's emitting gas, right? And everybody's like, "Oh God, that smells bad." And Mucus, she spots a gas mask. She's like, "Oh, a gas mask. I can, she can mask. She can mask it, right? She can go get away with not smelling it, right?" So then, um, so Mucus and Giancarlo, they eventually left, right? So once they left, that's when Fern texts Izzy, and she's like, she's holding up a picture with the suit, right? She's like, I think our bags got um switched around, right? Because she's holding the suit, and they were like, oh, so that dress was for Fern, and she's like, oh crap. So what she did was she's like, damn, gotta find that bag, right? Gotta find that bag. So they go find the guy that took the trash from Buzz Blast, right? And when they did that, they found the dress, but that dress was destroyed, couldn't be fixed, right? So we see Void Knight. So Void Knight, Junkalo was able to provide him with enough parts so they can make his sword chamber, right? So what's going to happen is Slifer is going to assemble it, right? But they have one last thing that they need to do. So then Mucus, she comes out and she's trying to brush his teeth, right? And he eats her. And Breckman was like, I don't think that was a good idea. Like, she's going to give you upset stomach. So then we see Centaura. She's still in the other room, right? And she's overhearing this entire conversation between Void Knight and the others and the rest of the rest of their crew, right? And he's explaining to them the plan. So then we see Izzy. So Izzy has taken her dress, well, taken Fern's dress to her mom, and she says, I got upset. I thought that you made this dress for me and that you didn't listen to what I was saying to you, right? And her mom's like, it took me some time to finally realize that, you were not like me, basically, is what her mom was saying. And I did make that suit for you, but she's like, can we fix it? She said, I don't really think we can fix this, but what we can do is we can make another dress for her, me and you together. She says, like a mother daughter project. She says, yes. So they're going to work on that together, right? So then we see as Void Knight and Junkalo. They're by the where the Zords are. They're by the Zord hangar, right? So they want to get the information from the P.A.K.A. Smash Sword, right? So what they're gonna do is what Void Knight wants from Junkalo is for him to, you know, have a battle with the Rangers and then grow and have them call him the Zord so that way they can get the information from the Pack of Smash Zord, which is what happened, right? The Rangers called on the Zords, they battled with, Junkalo, and then eventually they called the Pack of Smash Zord. Also, the team was split up, right? So it was Ion, Javi, and Izzy battling Void Knight, right? And then it was Ali, Zato, and Amelia battling Junkalo. So they so the three that was battling Void Knight, they didn't know what that machine did, right? But once they called on the Pack of Smash Sword, it did get its data right. And then Void Knight left and they were like, did y'all see what it did? And each one of them like, nope, we didn't see what it did, right? So then at the end of the episode, we see as Izzy and Fern, they're getting ready to head to the prom, and they looked cute. I liked Izzy's suit, and I liked Fern's dress. This dress looked better than the last one, right? But that's the episode, you guys. Please get down in the comment section and let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Really good episode. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video. And until the next time, stay safe, Ranger Nation. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, Ranger Nation. I'll see you guys again for episode number 5. Are we on numbers? Yeah, episode number 5 of Don Brothers. I'll see you guys then. Bye.